Last chance to win one of these GWPs. The link to my Patreon is in the description. Stick around for more instructions. And with that, welcome to the 5 worst decisions LEGO made in 2025. And no, I'm not talking about design stuff. I'm not talking about my personal issues with the company, right? Some of you may have seen my $600 mystery package video. There's an update coming to that very soon. Right now, we're trying to negotiate a date for them to pick it up, right? I have to give it all back. They realized they don't want to, after seeing the video, and only after seeing the video, they realized that we can't let a random person have that much stuff and have that being public knowledge on the internet, apparently. But that's a longer story, one for which I would need more time, so that's going to be in a different separate video. They did tell me that if I wanted to become a LEGO ambassador, I would need 10,000 subscribers first, so if you want to help with that, links down there. Thank you. So as I said, this is not really about design stuff. I think as an artist, I'm an artist myself, right? I wrote a book, I used to be an actor. I think sometimes you need to make creative decisions that involve risk-taking, right? And I think you should be applauded for that as an artist. So I think stuff like the Harry Potter bicycle, the motorcycle thing with the buildable Hagrid and Harry, that was a risk, a creative choice, a bold choice, I think. I don't think this is a bad decision. I think you have to try things like that. And I mean, they're not stopping. They are going to release a Fort Anglia. It is similar-ish design. I don't like it, but it's not a bad decision for me personally. The same goes for stuff like the Death Star design. Again, it is a decision to do it like that, and some people will like it and do, and some people don't, and that's fine. Or the entire Nike collaboration where some of the sets I just don't understand who they are for, but it's also fine. I don't play basketball, for example, so I'm sure there's an audience for that, and that's okay for me. But number 5 is something that I cannot live with, and something I frankly find unacceptable. And in many ways, these sticker sheets, like for the Arkham Asylum, like for the Death Star, like for the Too Fast, Too Furious car, are just too big in 2025, right? I realize, I feel like we're slowly moving in a better direction. Maybe these decisions, I'm sure these decisions have been done in years past. I feel like, especially with the latest Iron Man buildable figure, right, that's coming out in January of 2025, here's a picture of it, that has no stickers. And that's the direction we need to be moving in. I'm not super against stickers in general. I think some are okay, but not if it's 2 sticker sheets, 3 sticker sheets, if it's 60 stickers per set. And it doesn't matter how big the set is. That's just too much. And I don't think that's okay. Again, I feel like we're moving in the right direction, but for 2025, for sets that released in this year, and honestly, the Arkham Asylum, I'll take that personally. I was looking forward to this set for such a long time, and I didn't buy it on release because it didn't have an exclusive GWP that would have been an incentive for me, and I saw this sticker sheet, and to me that's a slap in the face. And I don't see that. I also don't see why some of the stickers on there, especially for roof details, were necessary in the first place. I wouldn't even put them on. So that's a thing that I hope we're gonna be able to move past come next year. But for now, in 2025, still my 5th worst decision for the LEGO Group. Number 4 is approaching the release of something with a very naive mindset. Think back to when you first heard about the new Death Star, right? What was the first thing you heard about it? Well, maybe you heard it was going to be a Death Star. The second thing you heard was it's going to be $1,000. And at this point, LEGO must realize they cannot approach this set with the same mindset they approach any other set. This is now a Halo set, right? This is your most expensive LEGO set of all time with a relatively high piece count. You cannot then just expect people to also approach this with the same mindset of this is just any other LEGO set, and all the parameters we have set for other LEGO sets, they do apply here as well. Meaning the minifigs do not have the best version of them. I think that's wrong. I think that's a mistake. I think that's a strategic mistake, and I think it's throwing the designers under the bus. Because they're not responsible for that, right? They were not allowed to just put the best of the best into the set, because it was just any other LEGO set. This was just a little bit more expensive. And I think that's miscommunication, and that's a wrong approach. You must realize that rumors do something to people. I understand that you don't want to comment on leaks. That's perfectly fine. Obviously not. You don't have to. But if you know something is out there, then maybe change your approach towards the end design of a set. There was still enough time to get the right minifigs, right? And I'd like to stress that I think the design overall is good. It is a creative idea to make this a diorama. It's not for me, but I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan in the first place. And what this entire story tells me is that, well, LEGO is a really big company and things move very slowly. That's fine, but some things need adjustment. Otherwise, things will lead to situations like that. Avoidable situations. But number 3 is something that is another personal gripe of mine. I understand why the LEGO Group would start a cooperation with Formula 1, right? It's a popular franchise. Some people are interested in that. I'm not, but that's okay. There is opportunity to reach new audiences. So the entire Speed Champions F1 line, I understand that. I even understand it for City. I'm not buying any of these sets, but that's cool. I'm not the target audience. But I am very much the target audience for all CMF lines. And to have a collectible minifig series without minifigs is wrong. That's a bad call. And I know it's a bad call because I see them on the shelves all the time. They're the one CMF line that just doesn't sell out anywhere. It's always in stock. So many of them. I don't understand why the LEGO Group thought this was a good idea. To essentially waste the opportunity to sell a cool CMF line to people who collect CMFs. Why that? And I mean, I would understand if it was minifigs, licensed minifigs of the drivers' likenesses. That kind of makes sense. I probably would have bought some because I like cool, unique minifigs that I don't have and I can repurpose and put in my city, my Gotham, whatever. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. I just don't understand why you would make a decision like that. That was always gonna impact your own numbers. It was never gonna go over well. Why? Please tell me why. If you know, let me know in the comments. If you have some insight, if you have a conspiracy theory that would explain that, please drop it in the... I just want to know why. Which brings us to LEGO's second worst decision of 2025. Have a look at this. Do you recognize this? No, you don't, because it's the BrickLink forum and nobody checks the BrickLink forum ever. They decided that they're just gonna axe the BrickLink program for a bunch of countries via a forum post. It's not about getting rid of the support for these countries. That's bad, I understand that. But there were also multiple reasons for them to do so. All of them have to do with tax laws, right? So there's a business reason to do that. And I understand that impacts people's lives. And this is a really bad thing. And I feel for you and I'm sorry. The decision to not support these markets anymore is not the thing I have the biggest issue with. That's also bad, morally wrong, but there's a reason for that and it's a business reason and I understand that. But communicating like this, why don't you just send out a private message to each and every one of those BrickLink sellers, telling them this is what's going to happen, telling them this is the reason we're doing this. Maybe they'd understand. But to create a forum post like that, hoping that some media outlet will report on it, which of course eventually they did, and this is one of them, that's just mean. Why do that? Why not be upfront? Why not have open communication? You're gonna be criticized for this no matter what, no matter how good your communication is. But this feels shady. This feels insincere. This feels wrong. You didn't need to post somewhere where nobody would see it. And it's not fair to people selling on your platform to be informed in this way, in a very impersonal and, well, again, feels like another slap in the face. But most importantly of all, there's one thing that happened this year that was communicated this year. Maybe the decision was made long before that, but that I cannot live with and that I cannot let slide and I cannot look past. It's this. And no, it's not the design of it. I don't care about it. I mean, it looks ugly, sure, but I feel for the poor designer whose task it now was to design a LEGO set around the World Cup. But starting a collaboration with FIFA in 2025 is a declaration of moral bankruptcy. Even before they made up a peace prize and gave it to somebody who right now is murdering people off the coast of Venezuela. That's insane. What is wrong with you, LEGO? Who thought this was a good idea? I understand that soccer, football is popular around the world, but you didn't do it for the World Cup in Qatar 4 years ago. You're not going to do it for Saudi Arabia in 4 years' time. You're doing it now, when it's safe-ish, because it's in the US and Canada and in Mexico. That's wrong. That's a bad call. You cannot have an everyone is awesome set on sale right now and at the same time start a collaboration with an organization like FIFA, who does not bat an eye when it comes to real-world slavery, which happened in Qatar during the construction of those stadiums where several people died. You can't have that when it comes to gay rights, supporting countries that openly persecute gay people and suppress their way of living. And that's just the last few years. FIFA has always been corrupt. And we don't need to talk about the World Cup in Russia. We don't even need to talk about 20 years ago when Germany organized the World Cup and all of the corruption that went on then. You cannot support a company like that in 2025. I take that personally. I think that's wrong. I think that's morally wrong. Shame on you. I understand economically why it makes sense to do something for the World Cup now, where it's held in relatively safe countries, all right, where you can do players and dioramas about the players, and I'm sure they will sell well. The trophy, not so much. It makes economic sense, right? It makes financial sense. But it's morally wrong. And that's why this is my worst Lego decision of 2025. Might be the worst decisions of the 2020s. If you agree or disagree, please go ahead, leave a comment. I'm super interested in hearing your take. And if you want something back, please go ahead, check out my Patreon. This set, the hot chocolate stand, is available for you to win in the free tier. This one, the mini castles, in the paid tier. The giveaway still runs until December 15th, 5 p.m. CET. Also, if you want to support the channel, go ahead, check out my book. It's in German though, but maybe you learned something. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a sub. There's more Lego content after the credits, and I'll see you shortly. Bye-bye.
Welcome to my ant card. This is just a hangout. Yeah, I'm a crank that shit. Bro, that's so damn loud. It's nothing but a little intermission. Enjoy these soothing bars of utter indecision. Buddy people, you can trust me. It's an ant card. I know all those fire jokes and get you saying hard. It's an ant card. This shit ain't some voodoo, bro. I know you want to stay, but it's time for you to go.